Good morning, YouTube. Look what's back. It's the 458 Iturdia.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, and this is the third time that we have owned this car. If you don't know about this car, it has a quite lengthy history. This car has not had an easy life. More 458s with less issues. Well, this car was salvaged. It was wrecked. We don't know exactly how bad. We know that it kind of had an off-road excursion. All the under panels were basically destroyed. I know the rear bumper was blown up. I think the front bumper was also pretty much destroyed. And it was put together very poorly with a lot of non-standard hardware and just jankiness in general. Well, after that, it was owned by a guy in a little while who sold it to Tyler Hoover of Hoovy's Garage, who sold it to us, who we sold it to someone we know, who sold it back to us, and we sold it to another guy, and he sold it back to us. So everyone keeps saying I need to keep it, but I don't know, man. Yeah, it just has so many little things. Personally, I hate the matte PPF. So it is actually Rosso Corsa underneath the matte color. But yeah, you can see like the panel gaps are impressively bad. This is like a full finger and that is not. Anyway, we're gonna try and fix a few things on this thing because I wanna actually drive this thing on a Ferrari Club event that's coming up on Friday. So I have 4 days to fix this car. The primary thing is the AC is dead again. So this will be the third time that we've fixed AC. Every time that we've had this car, we've had to fix the AC. First time it lost its proxy alignment, so we did that. Second time, I wanna say that there was a wire that was janky. So I'm gonna pull off the bottom panel, take a look at the AC compressor and see if it is indeed a janky wire. And we're also gonna do an oil change because I have no idea when its last service was. There's no paperwork history on this thing. We're just gonna assume that it has not been well taken care of because that's what you do with a car like this. And there's stuff like really sticky buttons. Like the kind of sticky buttons where you could put your finger on the button and the button will come off with your finger. In fact, I should try that. All right, look how sticky that one is. It's like glue and it's broken. See, like the button comes off. Let's see. Oh, look at it. Nice. Yeah, that's when we say sticky buttons, it's legit sticky. Ew. There you go. That's how bad it is. Well, let's get it up in the air, pull off the bottom panels, take a look and see if we can't fix the AC compressor. I guess maybe I should start with just pulling the codes before we put in the air because it's got a lot of them. So we're gonna plug in the Texa and see just how bad everything is in the computer system. I know it's got electronic parking brake failure, airbag failure. Yeah.
It's got like 26 seats in it.
Yeah. Quick change of plans. We're gonna take this to lunch. Then we'll go work on it.
Yes.
We're both like, all right, we haven't had lunch in forever.
Top down, bottom.
Top down. It's a nice day out. It's only 70 degrees, so might as well. Perfect.
Not bad.
Not bad.
It drives pretty damn good.
Dude, it drives. So we just took it to lunch. It's hard to believe how good it drives. Like, it's really responsive. The transmission shifts good. The engine's got good power. The brakes feel good.
Yeah,
Like,
really
the
drives
driving characteristics of it are good. I wouldn't say they're perfect, but they're good. Cosmetically, not so great.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad, but there's just little things like
There's a lot of little stuff. But
inconsistent door gap, awful bumper gap.
rear bumpers.
The bumper's awful. The headliner is saggy on both sides. Surprisingly enough, there's not that many creaks.
Nothing that can't be fixed.
Yeah, it's all fixable. Like just little stupid things like this is loose.
How far do you want to go?
That door card's loose. Sticky buttons. We're driving around. We had a AVH, which is auto vehicle hold failure. At one point, it gave us a parking brake failure, but that went away. AC's toast. Airbag lights on.
That was it.
I think that's mostly it. I don't know. It's got right rear tail lights sometimes through an error.
It didn't actually air up the whole way drive back.
When I first started, it had an error, and then it went away. But Josh said it's not fully lighting up. I don't know.
It wasn't when I was following you.
The top works. We put the convertible top up and down. We drove around with the convertible top down. Like, it's shockingly in reasonable condition. Anyway, so let's pull the codes, check out all that, and then we're gonna try and fix the AC. All right, YouTube, we put on our big boy pants and spent a crap load of money and bought a Texa. We're gonna see what the Texa says about that thing. I don't think it's gonna be good. Okay, looks like electronic parking brake, body computer, module data, traction control, recirculation actuator. That's interesting. Airbag, driver's side front pretensioner, passenger side front pretensioner. Maybe they didn't replace them after the accident. That's what that looks like. Auto button of signal, trunk light, right rear parking light, exhaust pressure control valve, knocking adjustment ion of cylinder 8, exhaust pressure control valve, Bowden cable mechanical error, parking sensors are toast, TPMS error. Not as many as I thought there would be, actually. Okay, so the real interesting ones are the air conditioner and ABS. I think I might just erase a bunch of them, see what comes back for first pass. I mean, why not? Okay, cleared everything we got back. Only 4, not terrible. Trunk light, interesting. Okay, we can probably fix that pretty easy. Side front pretensioner, that one might be a challenge. Recirculation actuator and body computer module data. Let's see what the hell that is. Alright, so I think maybe the compressor is not talking because... So this is to activate the compressor. You push the up arrow and it's supposed to turn on. I do not hear it turning on or off. You should still be able to hear it clicking the clutch on it. So that's probably what's going on. So let's pop off the bottom panel and see what we can see. Alright, I don't know if you remember us last time we were under here, but yeah, you can see there's significant damage right here. This panel got destroyed and was replaced. Actually, let me turn on the lights for you guys. There we go, a little better. So yeah, this section got beat up. There is some dents and stuff going on up there. This is new. Look at this. Oh, hey, look, there goes that. Yeah, I don't remember this being that messed up. I think this panel should probably be replaced. So you'd see, hey, my janky plastic welds are still holding right here. These are new. That's new. So this whole panel is, it's pretty much hosed. And you can see how much it's scraped over the years. Quite a bit. Oh, hey, look. Yeah, this is awesome right here. All right, well, let's pull off the panel back here. Yeah, that's nice. Actually, we could probably plastic weld that. We should fix that. I think maybe we'll do that. All right, let's pop this sucker off. This will be interesting. Dude, this is weird. So I had it running. I was checking the AC compressor. I had it disconnected. I was checking that it actually had voltage, and it did. I plugged it back in, and it killed the engine. But then Josh climbed up, started it, and now the compressor is working. You can see it's spinning. And he says it's blowing cold, although he said it's not.
I'm gonna turn it off and back on.
Okay. It's not blowing ice cold, but it's blowing. You turned off. Oh, I heard it. Yep. Maybe I should try jiggling the connector. See if it's just loose.
I bet the connector's bad.
It's got a shit connector, I think. I mean, it is beat up. The connector itself is all messed up. Let me try jiggling it. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. It almost killed the engine. And now it won't. Oh, look at that. It's totally that connector. Oh, it's totally the connector. All right, we just gotta rebuild the connector or replace it. Nice.
It should be easy to rebuild it.
Well, it's all shattered. All right, well, apparently I need to buy a new connector. I think the connector's pretty messed up. Like,
This one?
yeah, if you, yeah, you can tell it's clearly messed up. I wonder if we can just buy that connector. Interesting. Well, there's our problem with the AC. Nice. Okay, so we've determined that the plug is bad. I ordered a new one, ironically, from Summit Racing. Okay, it'll be here in 2 days. So in the meantime, I'm going to do an oil change and a brake fluid flush because I tested the brake fluid and it's at like 2.1% moisture, which is not ideal. It's not awful, but it's not good. So we'll do that and then we'll fix the AC. I guess that's kind of it, but we do have like an extreme amount of interest in the car, so it's probably going to have some offers and probably be sold later this week. But like I said, we are going to drive it. Oh yes, we are going to take it on the FCA drive this weekend. So do not worry, we shall be having fun with it before it goes away and thrashing the hell out of it, because that's what you do with this car. Okay, we're going to change the oil on the Iturdia, because I have no idea when it was last changed. So pretty sure it needs it. You guys have seen me do this 1,000 times. I'll just blast through it real quick. Alrighty, got oil changed, 9 quarts in there. We're gonna run it, let it get the temp, and then top it off. Let's clear all the airs. I want to be able to see the oil pressure. Jesus. Okay, here we go. Come on. Okay, good oil pressure. All right, we just gotta wait for the temperature to get up to like 160, 175, somewhere in there, and then we'll top it off. Oh, and I gotta reset the service indicator. Surprisingly, it's still got a service indicator. Huh. That's cool. Alright, YouTube. Oil change. Done. Next thing, bleeding the brakes. The brake fluid test at 2.1, 2.2% moisture. We don't want that. We want to be able to brake. I like being able to stop. It's generally a good thing. We're going to do that. Bleeding. Clean brake fluid is good. I fucked up, YouTube. I was trying to secure this janky mess of plastic because it flaps in the wind and it's all destroyed. We're not going to spend money replacing all these. And one of the screws I put in drove right into some sort of cooling part of the system. I have no idea if it's a radiator or most likely a coolant hose. Well, shit. So now I gotta let it drain out and figure out what the fuck I damaged. Just what I needed today. Okay. Sweet. I'm dumb. See? Yep. Nice. I mean, it's a pretty solid, perfect hole. Yeah. That sucks. I have an idea. I think I can fix this without having to replace that entire hose, because, I mean, I'm not going to be able to get that hose before the weekend, so we can't drive it. And, well, it's cooling, so they have rubber cooling hoses that you can clamp on stuff. So I'm just going to go get a rubber cooling hose and just clamp it over that spot that has the hole. That should work. All right, I went to O'Reilly's and just picked up some generic hose, and as you can see, clamped the living piss out of it. So I put one clamp directly over the hole and then 2 clamps on the sides to kind of contain any pressure or whatever that might come out. I mean, given that there's hose clamps on this pipe elsewhere, I'm pretty sure that's going to be fine. I mean, they're very tight. So before I put all the panels back on, I guess we'll drop the car and fill it up with coolant because it lost probably, I don't know, a quart or 2 of coolant. So we'll top it off, run it, make sure that there's no issues there. Then we'll seal it back up. And then we'll try tightening up all those janky panels again with hopefully 100% less stabbing of the coolant lines. Not my proudest moment, but hey, you know what? This is the kind of stuff you do on this kind of car because, let's be real, there is no ROI. Like spending tons and tons of money to try and make this car perfect, it's not worth it. This is the car that you get to do this sort of stuff with because you just want to run and drive and have fun, not be perfect. All right, just running it, trying to get it up to temperature. It's gonna take a little while. That's a good sign it didn't just shoot up, and I don't see any coolant dripping anywhere. Maybe crisis averted or crisis dealt with. Guess is a better thing. Dumbassery fixed. I like that one. I just want to be clear about something. Like, if this was a client's car or like a nice car that we were working on, I wouldn't have done this. I would have replaced the tube or had at least like TIG welded or something. But on this car, I feel like this is kind of appropriate and fits this car and the mantra of this car. So, not that it's a bad fix. I think it's actually going to be a pretty solid fix. We're just waiting for the fans to get gone. It should be pretty soon, and then we'll verify that it's all good, but so far no leaks. All right. Bone dry. All right, let's put it back together. Not bad, not bad. It's stuff staying in place pretty good. Like this panel right here especially was flopping around. You can still see this piece right here is pretty janked, but we'll just tuck it up there. But yeah, this is where the problem was right here. So note to self, do not poke a hole right there. Bad spot. But yeah, all this now got it nice and tight because I could actually hear it flapping around in the wind before. It is what it is. It's looking better. All right. Got it mostly where I wanted today. So brakes are flushed, or brake fluid's flushed. Oil's changed. Front panels are better secured. I actually replaced the light bulb in the front, but it still doesn't seem to be working, so I'm not sure what's up with that. But that's kind of all I wanted to get done today. We still have a few more things I want to work on before we take it on the tour, or the drive, whatever you call it, the hang at the hangar hotel weekend. We want to try and reset the parking brake because we think maybe that can fix the AVH air. We'll try and give that a shot tomorrow. All right, YouTube, so it's been a few days, and I just replaced this wire right here on the AC compressor. I suppose before we button it up, let's run it and make sure the AC compressor actually kicks on. We actually get cold air. But that should do it. This is the connector that was busted. All right, believe it or not, I found a replacement one on Summit Racing. I could not find that particular connector anywhere on any Ferrari website. So, okay, cool. Summit to the rescue. All right, let's fire this puppy up and see if we have AC. All right, turn on full blast. Full send AC, which, by the way, these 458s, it like always runs slow for the first minute or so, and then it'll eventually get cold. Waiting. Okay. It's getting cold. Oh shit, we got AC. It's not the coldest AC. It might need some charge. I'm gonna put it in the air and verify that the compressor is actually turning. I feel like it is, but let's verify. All right, I either did the wires backwards or... Damn it! Oh yeah, there it is. So when I was fucking around with everything, I must have popped the fuse, so I wasn't getting 12 volts. So now it is. Now we can button it up. Yay! All right, well, success. All right, YouTube, the Iturdia has air conditioning. We tried to reset the parking brake. It would not reset, so we're just gonna leave it as is. That's pretty much all I'm doing to that car. That's it. And by the way, we already have a deposit, or at least a signed contract for a deposit, so I'm waiting on the deposit. I'll have to talk to the guy, make sure he's actually sending the deposit. So theoretically, the car is sold, or will be sold. But we're gonna take it on a big old drive this weekend, so that'll be in the vlog. Go check that out. That's on the Normal Guy Premium channel. Link here or here. Go check that out, subscribe. That's our weekly vlogs. And well, that's it for now. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Check out normalguysupercar.com, our parts and services website, and NG Supercars, our dealership website. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you in the next one. We're gonna be doing a lot of cool car stuff. You're gonna wanna stay tuned. It's gonna be sweet.